Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Here we are, home in the office. Whew, what a day. Well, what do I want to talk about? Heaps happening from yesterday and today. More importantly, storage. I'll give you a hot tip. Once you get a YouTube channel, storage is a huge thing. If you're going to go down the 4K thing, that's even a bigger thing. 500 gig hard drive or SSD drive on the Apple Mac Pro 13-inch. And I constantly have to struggle and shuffle stuff out to the 10 gig, 10 terabyte TB to balance it to let me have stuff. And today I was just going through and just sorting photos from yesterday's big day, and it just shut down because I had no memory left, unfortunately. So I've spent probably the rest of the afternoon trying to go through and clean it up, and I've still got heaps to shuffle and move and clean. I'm going to probably spend a fair bit of tonight doing that. So yes, storage, work, clean, I guess, is the key. I should know it from work. It's been a bit of a struggle though, because I've been bouncing off portable drives to run everything, to finally getting this 10 TB, and now seem to have backups of backups of backups. So now I'm trying to clean it all up and spend the next night trying to sort that out, and then just leaving my footage where it is, and I'll get to it when I get back to work. I think that's probably the better key. Tomorrow I want to do a city. I'm going to do a city just walking shoot run. So that's tomorrow's video I want to work on. But yesterday's huge adventure, I guess that's what you could say, was massive. Had a ball, got up early, fed me little buddy Bentley, made sure he was all good for the day, and ended up getting left here at 4:30 in the morning. Went all the way down to Cape Leeuwin Lighthouse, which is about four hours drive. Did that, got a couple of nice panoramics, got some photos of the lighthouse. The water was just gorgeous. Basically, it's as far as I know, don't get me wrong, but it's the most southern point on WA. The next stop is Antarctica. It's only on the east coast. You can go down to Tasmania, then Tasmania to Antarctica. But basically, if you did try to swim, you'd be dead. But if you did swam, the next stop you would hit would be Antarctica. So it's pretty amazing when you look at it in that. I remember going to World's End in England, the bottommost point of that, and that's a huge sort of touristy thing, and it's a pretty amazing place. It's probably not as celebrated as much here, I guess. In London, that's a big thing, and they get heaps of tourists. But Cape Leeuwin's probably more known for its lighthouse, and Augusta's the town that's next to it. But it's a beautiful spot, a massive big rock reef, and you can see that by what's on the shore, the rocks. And there's a couple of big massive rock, part of a big, I guess, ship destroying area, just straight off that point. And you can see why they have a massive big lighthouse there, because coming round the bottom of that Western Australian tip, there's been a heap of boats crash and be lost due to the fact that it's just rough as guts, because you've got the Indian Ocean and I think the Pacific or Atlantic. Yeah, two main oceans. I know it's Indian. I think it's the Pacific, join basically at that point. So basically on the corner of Australia down there, if you look it up, you'll find out. I'm probably wrong. I'm into my second glass of red, so. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I said weather, it was sort of overcast, a little bit of drizzly, patchy rain, fantastic for photos. And I got before the computer memory issue, I got a couple of big panoramics I did out, and really, really nice. Very, very happy with it. I've seen the biggest seagull I've ever seen in my life. I shit you not, this thing had a body like that. It was just, it looked like the Rock in a seagull body. It's probably be his next movie. If he ever plays a seagull in a animated cartoon, that's what he'll look like, because it was just jacked. And it just sat there, come and landed on a rock next to me where I was setting up to get some shots, and just stared at me like, I'm thinking about eating you. It was really, really funny. I got my camera out to try and get some photos of him, and I had the wrong lens on. I had to get the telephoto lens out, and he'd moved over, but I got a couple of nice shots of him. Unfortunately, he's sideways on in those, but when you looked on, he's like literally had a body nearly as big as my fat head. So yeah, it was pretty cool. The water was just crystal clear. I remember seeing that when I drove across to WA from the territory. Great Australian bite. That water along there is just untouched, pristine. It hasn't been destroyed by us dickheaded humans. It's just amazing. Again, unfortunately, just windy and rough as guts. I'd love to, and it was cold too, so that was the other thing. I was all planning on going for a swim. I had the GoPro there. I was going to jump in, go do some underwater stuff. Nah, it would have been 5 degrees, I reckon, in that water. It was freezing out cold. I had to thank God I took a jumper because I was freezing me nuts off. But other than that, it was just a gorgeous place. From there, I shot up Caves Road, which is a beautiful, big, windy road. I guess it's one of those roads, if you ever want to use it in a movie, I guess if anyone from Movie Land or Hollywood's watching, if you ever want to film a car, a Ferrari or some fancy car driving down a road before they pull into a house, some murder mystery like you see in the movies. The Caves Road's like that, beautiful old trees, natural forest, and then some caves on there. I got to go to Mammoth Cave. I was going to go to Jewel. I had to sort of dice up, and I decided to go to Mammoth this time. I've been to Lake, so I've still got the Jewel left, which is supposed to be the nicest one, the prettiest one of the lot. I thought I'd save that for when we do our trip across east with Jack and my lovely wife Carla. So, no, Mammoth was awesome. Again, another just amazing. The caves are just insane. Limestone caves. What you're seeing there. This was huge too. Unlike Lake Cave, which had some more sort of like tunnely type of scenario, this just had a massive big. You walk straight in, and it's just a massive big opening. You go up all these steps and go down to the next section, and just another massive cave. And it had 3 big massive caves with some little small offshoots. So not that general sort of tunnely line, just massive with just all sorts of amazing features to look. And some of the photos, I haven't had a chance to edit them yet, but some photos out of there look fantastic. They come up good, so I've definitely got plenty to work with. In regards to the thing, I was trying to work out how to do all this to just break it all up. I'll see how I go. I might just try and do one video for the whole day, I think, and then just put get the 10 best photos I can out of all the different spots and try and get them in there. I think that's probably the go. Next on, I did stop in the Hamlin Bay. It was just packed full of people, gorgeous. People were swimming. The wind wasn't as bad there. I wanted to get some photos, and it was just too busy, and I'm like, well, it's just not going to be worth it. I'll just keep moving and go to the next spot. And then I went to Canal Rocks, and I'm sort of glad I didn't stay there because I probably would have missed Canal Rocks. Canal Rocks, if you haven't been, if you're in WA, definitely put that on your list. What an amazing place. Again, unfortunately, rough as guts and freezing cold, but when it's calm and warmer, you can swim in there, and it's just, what a beautiful spot. These rock formations, it's basically these massive big rock formations coming out with a big channel coming through, and cross cuts coming through those channels, and the water just flows through there, and yeah, very, very cool. It's got some really cool shots out of there, I think. So yeah, very happy. And then from there, I ended up going to Wellington Dam, which I wanted to do after doing Mundaring Dam. I'd heard this might have been a good one. And it's a big dam, not as tall, which I found out. It's only, I think, 36 metres, not 40, like Mundaring. But it was a little bit boring, I got to say. Didn't have the history of Mundaring Dam. It was not nicely set up. The facilities were pretty average, I guess. It was more of just a half an hour stopover joint. It wasn't a place to go and actually visit. There was nowhere. The shop had closed by then, obviously, it was on that stage. But yeah, just didn't have that feel like it was a place where you could go and visit and do a tour on and learn the history about it. Mundaring was totally set up. Totally different feel. You could spend half a day there easily with the kids and have fun and plenty to see and do. This place is more just a stop in sort of a place. You could go down the road and go and camp on the actual dam and take your boats and jet skis. That was about the only difference. But yeah, it wasn't really what I was there for. Did get some shots of it. It was pretty cool. It did have a big water flow pumping out, so that was good. But yeah, not really and it was pretty much out of the way, and it's a fair drive out of Perth. So I do prefer, I'm going to put my dam ranking up, and I'm still going 1 Mundaring, and at the moment 2 will be Wellington. I was thinking about Monday maybe going to Serpentine. I'll suss that out, see how we go. Now, so that was the day. 16 hours in the car and in and about all the things. 800 Ks. I was pretty much knackered completely last night. There was no way I was going to be able to get another day, another vlog out for you. So yeah, please, my apologies for that. But yeah, I got a ton of gorgeous photos out of it that I'll be able to get up on the channel and show you, hopefully. I'm thinking of, as I said, I'll probably just do one video with just like the southwest in a day sort of a scenario. Let me know below what you think of would be a great name to covering like 3 or 4 big attractions in one day. It's a monster day. I probably don't recommend it with children or family, but I just wanted to go and see as much and do as much as I can in one day and fit it in while I had a chance. And I achieved pretty much everything. I think Hamlin Bay was the only one I didn't get to. And there was another spot I didn't get to as well, Sugarloaf Rock, but I figured I'd go back to that. So again, huge day, but yeah, I was pretty happy. Worked out well. No major dramas other than losing one of my new Rode mic charging cords. Fell out of the bag. I can't find it. Spewing. Only just got it. Anyway, I've still got one, so I just got to swap them over, which is not too bad. It's a logistical issue. Rightio. So that was that. That's what's happening with the channel at the moment. Busy. A few days left before I go back to work. I'd say it's going to be flat stick up until then. Thank you to our new subscribers. We do have a couple more since the last couple of days. I think we're up to 147 or something. If you've just signed on, thanks for joining the team. Awesome. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoy what I'm doing. Yeah. Happy to have you along with us. Anyways, let's get into some news. What you all here for? Rightio, iPhone 12. No notch they're talking about. They're still talking about this. Face ID. They're basically a patent come out on the 23rd of December in Japan, showing basically the FaceTime app on a phone with a large bezel. So that was sort of one thing that didn't really match up as well, but it had no notch on there like we have with the iPhone 10 and our current phone generation for Face ID. I'm not really concerned about this. I really love Face ID. I remember when it first came out, I went, what is this, crap, it's bad enough dealing with this poxy thumbprint. The thumbprint is a pain in the ass on Apple. Maybe it's fine if you don't use a case, if you can afford to smash phones 3-4 times a year. But as a diesel mechanic, and I watch people at work disintegrate phones on a monthly basis and have to replace them or buy new ones because they refuse to buy a cover, and that's just stupid. The guys that have covers, the covers really always interfere in that thumbprint. You've got gloves on, you've got oil and crap all over your fingers, you don't want to put that on the phone. The thumbprint ID doesn't work, and now you want, and then when the new thumbprint ones I want to do, it's going to be in your screen, so now you're going to be putting dirty, filthy thumbprints all over your screen, so you're going to have to constantly clean it, I guess, so you can pick up. So a Face ID, like, is simple because you can have dirty, filthy hands, you pick it up, bang, opens your phone, you don't have to punch any numbers or whatever while you're doing stuff, so you can just look at it, it's open, and start going into your things. The notch, I've never found it an issue. I know some people are fully OCD and have issues with it and they don't like it, and I understand that, but they must have clean hands. That's all I can say. It's or not fat thumbs, because my thumb's fat. It's true. It doesn't like the fingerprint. I've still got the thumbprint on my iPad, and it's a freaking nightmare. Absolute freaking nightmare. I hate it. I wish I could upgrade that to get the face so I could get away from the stupid thumbprint. But anyways, could you survive without it? I've got a funny feeling we'll find out in March. It's not going to be long now before that, when they release their first lot of phones. Remember, they're going to split up their iPhone releases this year. The base models will come in March, and then September will be our Pro models. So I guess by then we should know what's going to happen with that notch. Good one for you for internet at home, for your Wi-Fi at home. If you got basically, I know in Australia, you probably get your router with your telecom provider like Telstra or whatever, and they're pretty crappy, they're pretty standard. A good option for you to look at, there are a lot out there, is that Amplifi alien router. The guys on Unbox Therapy did a chat on it, and I had a bit of a look at it, went over their website and sussed out. Seems like a decent option. Big things on it, it's got Wi-Fi 6, which is good. It's got a touch screen on, which can tell you everything. Display, LED display, shows you everything that's going on. It's a minute to set up, they say on their website, so it's really simple through an app, which makes things easy. None of this bloody stupid pages and logging on. It's a really simple way to do it. It's mesh available, so you can put multiple in if you need to expand it. If you've got a big house, or you need like an office out in the shed or something like that. So that's really good. 4 gigabyte LAN ports, 1 gigabyte WAN port, Wi-Fi 6 5 gigahertz and 2.5 gigahertz, and Wi-Fi 5's 5 gigahertz. 379 US, so that's probably going to be around the 500 Australian mark. So that's probably around the ballpark. So I guess an option for you to have a look at, and a simple little device. Actually, it looks very similar. Why I did sort of click in my brain, looks exactly like the new Xbox. That's why I did think about it. So check that out. Samsung 20 Ultra, top of the range. Some spec leaks for that today. Pretty much everything that they've talked about, they reckon it's going to happen. It's going to be February the 18th is pretty much the date for the release. They've released the lower end models today, so a couple of them come out, and the shapes pretty much confirmed everything we've talked about. The Ultra is going to be, though, 1 TB of storage, so more than my laptop, which is friggin' crazy because I need that now. So that's wrong that a phone has got more memory than mine, which I need, and that's why I need it, because everything's getting bigger. And with these phones, it's going to get worse. 16 gigabyte of RAM. Again, more than this out of a friggin' phone. It's insane. 120 hertz refresh rate, which we thought was coming. 5,000 milliamp battery, we thought was coming. They're talking about a 45 watt charger for it, 18 watt wireless charger, and a 15 watt reverse charger. So that's when you can reverse off your phone. So put your phone on someone else's and it'll be 15 watt. Also, a new feature they have just mentioned, a 48 megapixel periscope lens is one of those new lenses on the back of that big camera section. 5 times zoom. This is going to be called space zoom they're talking about. And with that new processor, that 865 Snapdragon, because that's definitely going to have it in it. 8K 30 frames per second, 4K 120 frames per second. So we all said it was going to be 8K. All the rumours were 8K. I reckon that's pretty insane, actually. Even after you compress it, that's going to be huge. I think it's going to be huge for the YouTube platform, because having a mobile device that can shoot an 8K with like your moment lenses and anamorphic lenses on there, wow. It's really, apart from still photography, realistically, you could run everything off, all your video off your phone. That's the way it's sort of looking, and it's not going to be far off, I don't think. They're talking about a pro video mode as well, where you can adjust and set all your settings manually, which is pretty cool. Direct to view, so you'll have multiple views, so you can see which one suits, stuff like that. And also a photo LUT setup, so you can use the cameras, take a photo of Scooby-Doo, get that color of him out of that photo, and then use that on any other photos to get that same color, which is pretty similar to a LUT that we use now with Premiere Pro in editing. So I thought that was pretty cool. Stabilization will be increased as well. And last but not least, a couple more things actually, if I don't run out of tape. Ryzen 7 is coming out, 4800U. It's going to be a mobile 8-core, 16-thread, 3.6 gigahertz monster. They're looking at the mobile devices with the new series. They're going to take their powerhouse technology from the desktop and put it into the laptop. So that's going to be huge for Ryzen this year. They are taking their wins from 2019 and heading into the laptop market. Now, this week is going to be huge. CES kicks off in Vegas, 7th to 10th. It's going to be tech all week. So stick with us. I'll try and keep you up to date on everything I can find and do and see and find and listen and smell. Whatever order that it goes in. But yeah, there'll be heaps happening this week, so we should hear about all the new stuff, sort of guesstimating for the next 12 months or the next 2 years in Vegas. If you're in Vegas this week, good luck to you. See if you can snavel a ticket. Go see the concierge and see if you can get your ticket to get into that. It'd be an awesome show to get into. I think you'd have a ball just walking around there if you're a tech person. And that's about it. More to do this week. More to do. I've got to get back to try and fix this computer. I'll see you all in the morrow. Thanks for stopping by. Woo! Another day, another vlog. Ciao.